I've told this story before, but I don't expect there to be 100% crossover in all the reactions I do, right? And I can't remember if it was Full Metal, Hunter x Hunter, or Attack on Titan. I don't think it was Attack on Titan. I think it's before that. It's either Hunter x Hunter or Full Metal. But I once pitched a story to a investor, and I talked to him about 5 minutes, just described what the story was and everything. And he says, "Okay, what's this story about?" And so I said, "Well, I just told you, like what?" And I tried to elaborate, basically rephrase what I didn't say I just told you. I just basically I was rephrasing what I just told him. That 5 minute spiel. I'm trying to reword it. Apparently, you didn't get it the first time, so let me go through this again to, so it'll sink through your big rock brain. Apparently, right? Like basically, I was getting a little irritated. It's like, literally, dude, I just told you. But he stopped me. I got about 2 sentences into it, and he stopped me. He says, "No, what is it about?" And then I got what he was saying. And we honed in. We talked about it for a little bit, and we honed in. And it's like literally, he wanted to hear one word that something is about. The Dark Tower is about family. More specifically, if we can use more than one word, found family. Not blood family, found family. We make a family. The ka-tit or whatever it is, he has a word he uses for basically a found family, a group of people who come together with one goal, and they're more than family, essentially. I think it was ka-tit, something like that. My particular story in this case was about siblings. It was a story of brothers and sisters. There was two people were brothers. There was two people were sisters. One of the sisters was evil. One of them was good. One of the brothers was good, and one of them had been murdered. Right. So like just it's about siblings. If you can't sum up what your story is about in one word, then you need to refine it more. You need to figure out exactly what you're doing. This is what these video essays will bloviate on forever about themes. What are the themes of the story? And it depends on what kind of story you're telling. I don't think this is universally true. I don't think you universally have to have a theme binding your story together. I do think the longer the story is, the more you should have a theme, so everything speaks to that theme. So it's not like, damn, you're getting whiplash. This episode's about this, and this episode's about this, and this. Like I'm literally getting whiplash here, right? So like for instance, if the show is about revenge, and it's one word, and that sounds so well. Okay, well look, there was this 90% of the story wasn't people getting revenge on each other. No, but everything is either motivated about revenge, or it's about revenge, or it culminates in revenge. And revenge isn't just you killed my father, now I'm going to kill you, and you stab him in the heart. It can be petty revenge. It could be you're getting revenge on your father who never believed in you, never believed you could be an accountant, so you're becoming the best accountant in the world. Michael Phelps apparently hated his father. He got revenge on his father by winning 5,000 gold medals, right? There's more than one kind of revenge. So if your story is about revenge, then during the course of your 7 seasons, 200 episodes, you should explore the idea of revenge every possible way you can. Getting revenge on society, getting revenge on yourself, what you used to think of yourself, getting revenge on people who actually killed somebody you care about, getting revenge on people who harmed you, getting revenge on people's ideas. Like, there's all kinds of revenge. Petty revenge, mortal revenge. There's all kinds of revenge. There's all kinds of love. There's all kinds of grief. WandaVision was about grief. One word, grief. You should be able to sum up your story in one word. So I think you know where I'm going with all this, right? What is Neon Genesis Evangelina? What is it about? What one word binds this story together? Everything comments on it, speaks about it, redefines it, recontextualizes it, makes you look at it in a new way. I don't know yet. Like, we're halfway through the series. I feel like I should know the answer to this question. I want to say maybe it's about found family. I mean, because we've got a group of people here who've all kind of come together. Asuka, Shinji, the two bullies, the nerd girl who, the class president type girl who's kind of there, and then Masoda. Really, Masoda, Shinji, and Asuka so far are kind of like a found family. They're literally living together. Is that what it is? Maybe. But there's also, like, if that is if it's about family, if it's about blood family, also about found family, Also about, the friends we make along the way that we kind of make family, and also about fighting for family. And I'm going to risk my life. I'm going to literally risk my life. And think about it, most of us never risk our lives in the entire course of our entire life. We never once intentionally, purposely risk our life for one reason or another. Maybe you risk your life because you want to take a selfie, but that's not purposely risking your life. There's people who take a selfie on the edge of a cliff, and a lot of people die that way, right? You're risking your life, even if you do make it out. You risk it, right? But I'm talking about intentionally risking your life. The puppy's in front of the car, and you go up and you snatch that puppy, and there's a chance you can be hit and killed. You risk your life for that puppy. Most of us never do that. So think about the courage it would take to intentionally risk your life to go into a burning building because you think somebody might be in there. Kind of what these people are doing, the three chosen ones. They're risking their lives every time they step inside that suit and go out there. So you could be commenting on family by saying this is what would motivate a person to risk their lives would be family. Then we got the idea like Shinji's father, like he treats him like crap. But he still wants him. He wants some kind of connection with him. And his father's a genius, which makes it more complicated. It'd be different if his father was just some loser, right? Okay, that's easier to shrug off, but he's a genius. What if your father was Beethoven? Or Isaac Asimov, or Stephen Hawking? Like, just a giant, everybody respects him. Everybody loves him. I don't know if any of these people were fathers, but I don't think Hawking was. But just imagine if they were. But you never got the affection for a person. The whole world loves Stephen Hawking, but you, the son or daughter of Stephen Hawking, never received any love from him, and so you don't particularly love him. You're kind of bitter about the whole thing. Everywhere you go, oh my God, you're Stephen Hawking's child? Wow, I just want to shake your hand. And the whole time you're just bitter and you just have to play along because otherwise you look like an a-hole if you just refuse that, right? So that would be complicated. And that's kind of the situation Shinji's in here. We've seen him bump up against that several times. How dare he say something bad about his father to Asuka, who reveres him, She doesn't understand. If he has bitter feelings toward his father, it's not because of anything his father's accomplished. It's because their personal one-on-one relationship. Yeah, that's what we're looking at here. So, is it family? That's kind of what I'm circling around, but I don't know because there's also the whole child soldier element. Maybe the one word that describes this entire series is trauma. Some people deal with trauma, some don't. Some bury it. Some resolve it and move beyond it. Some take action and go out there in the field of fire despite their trauma. They're traumatized every time they go out there, and they still go out there. Maybe the word is trauma. I'd be curious what yours is, but don't tell me yet. Keep it in your head. Write it down somewhere. And when we get to the end of the series, I want you to tell me what you think it is. Because for now, it might be a spoiler. If you tell me a certain word that has never even occurred to me, I'm like, oh, well, then these three things must be happening in the future for you to say that, right? For instance, grief, loss. Right now, Shinji hasn't really experienced too much loss. So that would be a spoiler. So don't tell me, but have it in your head. Let me know what you think. Later. I just kind of automatically sometimes say, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think later. But this is where I'm at right now. This is what I think the show is. And I think if you can distill something you're creating down to one word, it helps you keep focus. Okay, this story is about grief. Why do I keep talking about revenge? Should the story be about revenge? You go back and you tweak some things and make it, that's what it is. You can have two themes. You can have two words it's about. And either one applies. If you say it's about grief, you can give these 17 examples. If you say it's about revenge, it could be these 17 examples. It can be about two things. But the more you do that, the more it can be unfocused. So you want your individual episodes to kind of be speaking to the same theme, or you don't want to be jumping around all over the place. Like I said, the audience can get whiplash. So keep that in mind as a content creator, and also keep it in mind as a consumer, because it can help you focus as a consumer. This is what I should be getting out of this. This is why they keep doing this, right? One more quick example, and then I'll get on to this. I just finished watching the third episode of Last of Us. Gut-wrenching, completely kicked me in the balls. Just one of the most beautiful hours of television I've ever seen in my life. Just absolutely incredible. But what was interesting was I went to the Reddit, and there were people in there were saying, There's this thing that happened in the third episode that really bothered them. And I reminded them in the comments that the thing that they were complaining about in the third episode also happened in the first episode. Just as blatantly, just as much. Maybe it's a little bit more in the third episode, but literally what they're complaining about here also happened in the first episode. There's only been 3 episodes. So something the show has made a conscious decision to do something weird twice in 3 episodes. So at that point, you as an audience member have to be like, well, this is what the show is. This is what the show is doing. So, and like I said in my comment, you either get right with that or you get off the train. Go watch something else if you can't handle that. Because the show is telling you this is what we are. And when the show is telling you this is what we are, banging your head against the wall, complaining and crying about it isn't going to change anything. Believe the show when they tell you what they're about. So if you can kind of condense what a show's about in a very simple way, a very bite-sized way, that can help you be like, oh, if something annoys you, be like, wait a minute, well, this is what they're doing. This is what they are. If it annoys you, they keep talking about grief. Well, when you look back, you realize, wait a minute, no, this is what the show's doing. This is what it is. So either you get off the train or you get okay with it, right? Longest intro ever. But, I'll keep the next few short so you don't have to keep sitting through this crap. Well, unless something comes to mind. I'm not going to keep it under the wraps just, because I had a long intro. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. This is episode 13. As you can see, we're on the very first frame, and it's a little weird because they do a fade in, and so it's hard to pick what frame am I going to use. I just used a very clear frame, like probably not the first 4 or 5 frames. Let me just show you real quick. You see how it's like fading out because I'm going backwards, right? So, how many frames? It looks like it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, probably about half a second in. It's not going to be exact. We're going to be a few frames off from each other, but make it so that it's clearly lit, and you can see the writing on the coffee. I wish they had when the text pops up, you can be that very first frame of the text popping up, right? Not when they do a fade in and there's no text. It's kind of harder to do that, but it'll be within a few frames. All right, you know the drill. We're going on 1, 3, 2, 1. And typing like a mofo. Uh-oh. No. Don't be a backseat driver. I don't think I ever knew her name was Sanpei. I have to remember that. Yeah. It only took how long? A minute 50, including the opening credits, for me to laugh. I love this show. They really like to get into the bureaucracy of it all, just the fine details, right? Oh, this is going to be her centric episode, I bet. So that's what she's worried about. Somebody was telling me in the other channel that this is not a family friendly show with all the nudity and stuff. I think it's just not a family friendly show here in America. Apparently they're cool with this over in Japan, right? I know I have some German viewers here, so let me know in Germany, is this cool here? Would you see a lot of this on TV during the day, right? Because this is underage nudity. It's not cool, man. It's not cool here in the United States, but apparently it's cool in Japan. Is it cool in Germany? That's what I want to. You don't respect shit. But you're uncomfortable, but we keep doing it on this show. That's right. This is an order. The camera light just came on. So they're sitting there swinging free in this liquid, huh? Stimulation plugs. So it's simulation plugs. Yeah. Yeah, simulation. Okay. Interesting. 3 hours? We got to sit here swinging free? That's not good. Yeah. Interesting. This really is like combining biology with technology. Like it's almost like they're melding with this. It's not a suit, but they're melding with the vehicle, right? The end game of this would be to just be a permanent melding, right? Maybe that is the end game of the series. No, we know who it was. She's so aggro. Oh, gotcha. I thought it was going to be Shinji's father. Yeah, I bought Twitter Blue. I'm verified. Stains are never good. Right. At that point, yeah, people were screwed. This feels very realistic too, by the way. You're always going to have technical screw ups. I do, and I'm not trying to save the world. Imagine the pressure of this, right? Apparently, Akira is an a hole. That leak is going to be a problem. I can tell. Look at. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a genius. They made it pointedly obvious the leak's going to be a problem. I'm just saying I'm aware of what the rock is cooking. Right. I'm smelling what the rock is cooking. Oh crap. I wonder if they're gonna if there's gonna be a cross contamination between all three of them, right? Like mentally. What if their neurons cross contaminate with the three of them, right? Or does the contamination come from outside the facility? I'm a little unclear. I thought it was between their pods, right? There was a that was where the leak was. I think it's outside the facility. Oh crap! The hell's Oh, okay. I get what's going on. They were talking about imitation bodies, weren't they? Okay, okay. Now I'm grasping what they're saying now. Okay, I got you. Basically, they've created a monster, literally, right? Okay, I get it. Yeah, this is a damn problem. Wow. Yeah, we could nuke it all, man. Burn it to the ground. Unbelievable, man. Like, wow, what a problem. I mean, the information was all there. It just took a minute to coalesce in my brain what they were doing. Because they were talking about imitation bodies all the time. It's just crap. Wait, ooh, this gives me a theory. I don't have time to talk about it now, but like I'll try to remember it for the beginning of next episode. Interesting. I think they may be giving a clue in the sin on something they're doing here. Yes, get the hell out of here. Paper flying all over places they run out. Come on. What you doing, man? I'm with her. What the hell are you doing? She's a really good leader. That wasn't the impression I would have gotten in the first episode because she seemed like a hot mess, right? She's actually a really good leader. Shut off that damn noise. Oh, yeah. You lying a-hole. Really? Jesus. Wow. Really? Yeah, my son. Damn. Man, everything went to hell really fast. Damn. Place commercial here. Jesus. Lily Putin is it's a reference to that novel. I can't remember the name of it, but it involves a guy who's really big in the land of small people. That's the way to get it then. Yep. So much for the ozone layer. It adapts. That's a problem. It adapts. It either adapts or they misunderstood what was happening to it. Okay, she was saying it's evolving. So yeah, it adapts. Boy. I wonder what they mean by subcomputer. I mean, that's almost nonsensical. Damn, man. No, it's not a human, all right. Well, crap. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty much at some point. That's what you have to do, right? I like a determined look. Well, that can't be good. It's taking everything. Unplug it. Oh crap. What? Blow it up or pull the plug, one or the other. You need two keys for this operation. You damn right. That's right. Burn it to the ground. Pull the plug. There's a plug in a wall somewhere. Pull it out, man. Get you electrocuted if the power's strong enough, right? Well, crap. God damn, man. No, no crap. It's fast. So we're just not gonna pull the plug. I guess. I guess it's not possible. Wow, really? Interesting. 2 minutes. Oh, okay, that's better. Well, maybe that was the plan all along. Kind of my theory right now. Right, that tracks. Right. I don't know how you beat something like this. I mean, they demonstrated their power, man. Exactly. Yeah. We're screwed, blued, and tattooed. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm pulling rank. Requested. I'm gonna come across this room. Well, then you shouldn't be able to overrule me then if it's your negligence. Incompetence. Yep. Family. They're unpeeling another layer of family here. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. I guess I see what he's saying, but I don't know, man. Really. That seems very iffy to me. No. Boy, I guess you don't have any choice because you only have 2 hours, right? You didn't permanently stop it. You didn't permanently stop it, so. Alarm code R, huh? Meanwhile, our kids are just hanging out in these tanks. I mean, I assume they're pulling them out now, right? Yeah, those are post-it notes, I guess, right? Right, right. Interesting. I like that, man. It's all physical, right? Because you wouldn't want any of this stuff to be digitized. Super excited. Denied. Oh, okay. Accepted. We got the hacks now. They really need Ed. I can't believe I'm saying that, considering how chaotic and insane she is, but yes, they do. I mean, she'd be typing with her feet. Really? We're still doing this? I like their portable keyboard. This is probably before they had laptops, I think. I can't remember. It's 95, right? Oh. So you're telling me her mother's in here somewhere? Really? I bet she is. Her mother's in here. Her mother is part of the computer. Right, right. Now I'm cutting into her brain. Like I said, ew. I assume that's not biological. It just looks like a brain, right? Because you want to simulate the brain if you're trying to simulate the brain. You know. Oh, this sounded biological. The way that noise it made. Well, crap. Well, so we're not gonna have assuming it's gonna be an explosion rather than just like a digital self destruct. They're screwed. They won't have any chance. Boy, they're losing ground fast. There better be a post-it note that addresses this. 20 damn seconds. Unbelievable. Computers work at a speed way faster than you can really show on TV, right? Like you have to slow it down. Second. Hit it again. Hey, the suspense is literally killing us. You have one block left. You're damn right. Look at that. Booyah. Yeah. Fantastic. Hey, somebody actually made a hacking scene exciting, man. And she hacked what appears to be a brain. That's what I'm talking about. I love how we had an entire episode. Basically, the kids were not in it at all. Like, very tangentially were they related, you know? This show can do that. Yeah. I assume they at least have underwear on, right? Like, I guess not. My underwear, like, I guess I don't consider a bra underwear. It is underwear, but, when I say underwear, I'm talking about the bottom part. I assume they would have at least that, but I'm getting the implication they don't. You are getting old. I used to do all nighters all the time. I've always had this work ethic where all I want to do is work, right? Sometimes I work 20, 30, 36 straight hours, I think is my record. Yeah, I'd be fine. I'd sleep for about 6 hours. I'd be all right. I can't even do it. I can't make it through that amount of time now. Interesting. Each one of those divisions was part of her. Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Right. They did mention these three AIs in a previous episode. And they have to agree, right? Like it's a majority rules type situation. Right. Damn. Really? Yeah. Oh, I know you don't care, you narcissist. Flaming narcissist is what I meant to say. I love that so much. I love that so much. That is awesome. Well, I had a theory that's percolating, but in the middle I paused it and had a long diatribe about something else. So I'll hand off to that, and then my theory will be the beginning of the next episode. I'm fascinated that this is in English, first of all. And it's probably not plot relevant, but I'm just interested in this. Synapses, proto. I assume that some of this is what they call technobabble. It's called technobabble. Where basically they throw some technical words out there, and it's supposed to make them feel smart or something. But I guess this is just what they're emulating here. Is well, they're talking about the intestinal bacteria. They're really breaking it down. I guess what we're supposed to gather from this is a lot of science has gone into this. And think about scientific disciplines. A lot of times we think that, when we say the word science, right? Well, it's like saying the word medicine, like a doctor. Well, yeah, there may be a general practitioner out there, jack of all trades, but typically a doctor's going to be a podiatrist or a chiropractor. Not really a doctor, you know what I mean. You get the pulmonary doctor or ears, nose, and throat, right? Like there's so many specialties, and so there could be there probably are like at least 100 different medical specialties. Like the doctor specializes in this, they specialize in that. Neurologist, right? Like endocrinologist, right? Like there's so many different specialties. And what we should gather from this is they had specialists, not just in medicine but also in technology, all working together. Hundreds of people working together to create this interface and create this technology that's not only biological but it's also technological. It's cyborg. You're essentially doing a temporary cyborg here. I was kind of honing in on this earlier in the episode, right? you're doing a temporary cyborg because a cyborg typically is like if you have a permanent implant, like the Bionic Man was a cyborg. The novel was originally called Cyborg, right? So you have a temporary cyborg would just be somebody that the Bionic Man could pull off his arm and his leg and take his eye out, and then have his normal arm, leg, and eye with him when he goes out walking in the world. If he could switch back and forth, he would just be a temporary cyborg. Never heard of the concept of a temporary cyborg before because it's not something you'd naturally think of. You're not going to pull your robot arm off and put on a human arm. But in essence, that's what we're doing here. We are interfacing with a robot to the point that, where does your body end and where does the robot body begin, right? Like on a neurological level, on an electrical level, not physically, because you still have a physical body, there are physical limitations, but your neurons, your synapses, like the electricity in your brain, like there's some intermingling here, right? So that's what I think we're supposed to gather from this, rather than any specific terminology they're using. Oh, this means that, right? Like they're throwing a bunch of medical terms out here, but that's what I think. That's what I'm getting from this anyway.